Hello, rock and rollers.
Rock and roll!
Welcome to the 29th ElectroJet Rock Show. I'm your host, Jett, and I have with me from LA, Professor Electro. How's it going, Professor?
It's going great. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to our show. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Really need your support. Thanks for coming along with us. Rock and roll.
Okay, so we're going to do our second episode of Great or Not So Great. And we're going to do Steely Dan today because I don't know if you like Steely Dan or not, but they're really big and I don't know. I like their singles. I like, I used to be in a band with a guy who was a very grumpy, nerdy, phenomenal keyboard player, and his favorite band was Steely Dan. And the thing about them is, I like the Steely Dan songs that I like are the big hit singles, which he couldn't stand any of those. Like I love Do It Again, or Ricky Don't Lose That Number, or Reelin' in the Years, which I have a little story about I could say, but anywho, so yeah, I like that. I also like the ones that have Larry Carlton on them, like Don't Take Me Alive and all that. But overall, the Steely Dan's not really my thing. What do you think of them, Professor?
I'd agree with pretty much everything you said. That it's funny because I had one of my first bass teachers loved Steely Dan, and he had me playing the classical parts and reading music. And then I asked him after one day, hey, I'd like to learn some rock music. Can you teach me that? He's like, well, maybe next week I could teach you some Steely Dan. I'm like, I want to learn Aerosmith. So, but, over the years I've learned that, yes, I agree with you. There's some hits that they had that were kind of catchy a little bit. Hear them on the radio a lot. But although musically I know that they're great, I just have a problem with certain aspects of them that kind of turn me off. And that's, it's just like if they come on the radio, it's just not my thing, I would say. So, and I would say the reason is that unfortunately their tempos, generally they stuff starts to sound the same. It's not dynamic enough for me. I like dynamic music. It's louder and softer, has crescendos, and pianissimo has that, that contrast. And Steely Dan to me just sounds like a wheel that keeps turning, a little like the Grateful Dead, another great band. And, so I can't knock them. I mean, obviously these guys are icons, but Steely Dan, just not my cup of tea. I just, And then there's Michael McDonald. Jett, what's your opinion on Michael McDonald? The great Michael McDonald.
Yeah, so Peg's not really my favorite. What the hell? I don't know, not really my thing, man. I'm more into like classical music, like Beethoven or Liszt or Rachmaninoff or something like that. Not.
Yeah, they're interesting and jazzy in a way. I get that. It's just, to me, I think you kind of probably feel the same way. There's just not a lot of different songs on their albums, too. Every song to me kind of sounds like somewhat of a version of the song.
They're jazzy.
Yeah, I'm generalizing, of course, but... Would you get some oxygen, Jett? You need some oxygen there? I can hear some wheezing going on.
So anyway, yeah, man, of course, Larry Carlton, phenomenal. Jeff Porcaro, phenomenal. The guys in the band, phenomenal. Walter Becker, 100%. Phenomenal.
Chord changes,
Cocaine and dynamite. Love it done across my old man. All the triplets there at the don't take me. Yeah, like that. I crossed that old man back in Oregon. I mean, good rhyming there. Yeah, so anyway, rock and rollers, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, Steely Dan, not really my cup of tea, but Michael McDonald, we'll do a whole thing on him. So I'm going to say, yeah, they're great players, but as far as me personally, compared to like listening to like, say, Mozart or something, not so great. So what do you think there, Professor?
I'd have to say again, hats off to them musically, hats off to their, their success, their longevity. It's just not my cup of tea for the reasons I mentioned. I gotta say, Steely Dan, not so great.
Rock and roll!
Rock and roll!